More canning projects. Okay, so we're working on an outside project. All right, Alana called, sorry. We're getting ready to do some corn relish. So while I'm waiting for the back porch to dry, I went ahead and I did some cleaning on the siding and the patio, just trying to make sure it's ready and primed for paint, prepped for painting. It has to dry. And so while I'm waiting for it to dry, I'm actually gonna go do the door trim as well. Let me give you this, and I'll take this. Jackson and I are going to be working on corn relish. Corn is on sale. I always wait until the 4th of July weekend. Bubba, bring a Ziploc bag, please. I always wait till the 4th of July weekend for corn to go on sale, and I usually do my canned corn, corn relish then. Let's put those tomatoes in them, the ones that are red, the blush ones, and then throw them in the freezer. Yep. Okay, that one. These other ones, put them in this windowsill right here. They'll get some sun. And so I'm just waiting for my jars to be boiled. I have my jars on. Let's see. There. I'm not good at that. Okay. And pull this down a little bit. So the way I do my corn is I do it on the mandolin. And I just take the entire, I need you to shift it a little bit more. I take the entire stalk and I just go down, and then I rotate the stalk. So, let's see. I got it set up, and then I just take the corn and I just run it down, and then I just turn it, and then I just keep turning it until I get all of the corn off. Now, sometimes I'll do a second pass, but not usually, and it comes right off. I'm gonna save these cobs. I need a bowl for the cobs. I'm gonna do some corn broth. I went back to an old Becky, back to an old Becky video, and somebody in her comments had said that Becoming a Farm Girl takes her corn cobs and she boils them down for soup stock. So I'm gonna do that because I don't keep like chicken broth, and we don't do corn cob jelly or anything like that. So I'm gonna boil them down for the stock. And if Jackson would get me I got a big pot down there for these, and I'll take the smaller pot that I usually use for jam for the corn relish itself. So I went online to find a canning safe recipe, and plan on using that. Now, I like to get the corn when it is $4 for $1. Because that is a very good price. Be careful using the mandolin that you don't become unacquainted with your fingers. So I just take my hand on top because that cob is in the middle, and it should be plenty enough to keep you from losing your fingers, which you will need. We are gonna water bath can this along with some tomatoes. Go ahead and start peeling the tops off those tomatoes because they're going to be canned as well. And Jackson is going to help me. He's off today. Sister will help with a few other projects when she gets off later, but hopefully I'll have this done. And then while this is in the canner, I'm going to go outside and start working on the trim because it should be dry. Now, yesterday it was like extremely hot. Today it's not, the sun is not even as bad as it has been. And I'm thinking just because I want to go out there and do that project, it's just not, it ain't gonna act right today. But we gonna get it done. So this way is the best way I found to do it, quick and easy, off the cob. And it just goes by real simple. So I'm gonna finish getting this off the cob, and I'll bring you guys back for the next steps. Jackson, stop the video for me. All right, I got all the corn done. So all your corn is in here. Corn, vinegar, pickling salt are in there. Sugar is in here. Now I'm gonna move to my other veggies that I need to cut. And I'm gonna make it easier using my tools. So I'm gonna use this slicer, chopper. Okay. So I'm gonna get all of my veggies cut. I'm putting in bell pepper, red, yellow, orange. I don't have any green, but I am gonna add in jalapeno in place of celery, because you can sub out jalapeno. So I'm gonna get all of these veg cut. I need 4 cups of bell pepper. No, 2 cups of bell pepper, about 4 large. And then a cup and 3/4 of the jalapenos, because I don't want celery. I don't mind jalapenos. So I'm gonna get all of this cut up, and then a cup of onion. So I'm gonna get all this cut, and then we're gonna go to the stove where we're gonna simmer it for about 20 minutes. In addition to this, we're gonna get our tomatoes. I'm gonna can those whole. And with a little bit of lemon juice, we're gonna process everything for about 25 minutes. So I'm just gonna do the tomatoes, 2 tablespoons of lemon lime juice, because that's what I have. Ouch, and don't stick yourself, Shakima. Okay. And this project will be at a super end. Very easy and quick. And again, I don't have holiday plans for the 4th or anything like that. So these are the plans that I like. It's just in the house, in my kitchen, doing stuff I enjoy. Do I enjoy canning projects? I absolutely do. And I'm happy to do them. So I'm gonna get chopping here. And bring these particular projects to a close. they're for those jars. So if we need to put them in the fridge, we can put them in the fridge without having to use the and getting lids and stuff. My cup over there. The green cup. All right, y'all, I'm getting ready to pull some jars out of here because I'm gonna go ahead and put my tomatoes in. Now I'm doing my tomatoes whole, and we'll use those in chilies, soups, those kind of things, because I just don't want to chop. And we have enough of the ones that we have dehydrated. We have a ton of those. So I'm gonna pull out enough jars. These did not need to be hot at all. I've got my corn relish going. So the corn relish is going. And I also have my corn cobs in some water. So I don't know how many. I did get wide lids. I mean wide mouth jars, because I have more lids for wide mouth jars than I do for regular jars. And I have had so many lid failures with the Walmart jars that I didn't want to take a chance. And I know I had 4 jars lids for the wide mouth. So I've got 9 jars out. We went ahead and washed up these tomatoes. And now we're gonna put everything into these jars with 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. 25-minute process time. I'm gonna do the corn at the same time, and prayerfully everything seals and it's all a wonderful situation. All right, y'all, so I've already heard one pop. I think it's this one in the middle, and that is and this one just popped as well. That's a benefit of not using the generic lids, because I have used those before. I had a ton of seal failures on my jams last week, and I just used the Walmart ones. But those are just gonna be tomatoes. Those are what I had. This is finishing out the last of my 4 jars lids. And so I processed these. They probably went a little bit longer than 15 minutes. 15 minutes is what the recipe says. But these are all sealed. And I just pulled them. I left them in and I just felt that band come off. I processed them for 15 minutes, then I let them sit for 5. So this was batch 1. All of those are already, well, there's one. This one right here is not sealed yet, but it will. I don't think I've had more than maybe 4 jars seal not do, and it's sealed. Now it's sealed. And these, my lids are already, some of them are coming off. So this is my second batch, or my last batch of the day for the corn salsa. I had 5 that I couldn't fit in the canner. I don't have a double canner, Wish I did. Then I could do some. Oh, I do have a big double canner, but it has to be on a gas. It can't be on the can't be on my glass top. I do have a big one. It just cannot be on my glass top. So I'm gonna process these for the same 15 minutes once it starts to boil, and then I will process these for 40 minutes. And meanwhile, I'm using this burner from Chef. They sent me this. This is a second burner that I got from them. This is a little bit more compact than the one that I have down here. We use that for canning all the time. But this also is going to help me. Earlier, I had so much stuff on the stove that I needed this one. And so I just put my corn cobs in here with some water. And this is doing a slow simmer. So it's a 2-hour simmer process. And that is going to make a base for soups. So that will be a broth, a corn broth for soups. And I will actually put those in jars and freeze them because I don't have a pressure canner to can. But this has... you can go up to I think it's 460 degrees, but this one is timed. This function is timed as well, but it gives you the different temperature, because a minute ago that thing was going and I turned it down. It was on 460, I turned it down. But this also, what I like about this is I can take this outside. If I want to set up a canning station outside, because I do have power out there, then I could easily just take this, set it up outside, and have canning projects going. If I had way more canning supplies than I have right now, I would have an outdoor kitchen, because sometimes it's a little bit hot to can inside the house. But so far, all of my jars have sealed, and I could not be happier that they have all sealed. So I typically leave them for about 24 hours on this one towel, and then I transfer them over to this towel for the next little bit of time, or at least I keep them over here during the day, and then at night when I'm ready for bed I'll move them over. I just like to, I don't know why I do that, I just do it. But these are gonna process for 15 once that boiling starts, and then we'll put the regular tomatoes and lemon juice in, and they will go for 40 minutes. Jackson is outside painting for me, which is helpful because we're getting ready to do that. We're getting ready to stain that patio and paint the We're using patio paint, cement paint. It's not house paint, it's the paint for the cement patio. Yes. So we're gonna paint that, make it look a little bit refreshed, and all is going to be well. That back corner looks real good. Where I went and took my bleach solution and just washed off the house. And so I'm proud of that. And this is going to look really good as well when we get done with it. Then we're going to go outside and we're going to do a different project over here where the tent is set up, and we'll bring you guys along for that as well. So I'm going to let this finish processing. I'm going to go out and help Jackson so that once he gets ready to start staining that, painting that patio, it should be a very quick process. It's not going to take us a long time because it's not but so big. I mean, 10 minutes, 15 minutes at max, because it's just a giant roll. It's not anything more than a giant roll. And once we do that, all will be well. So I'm going to go and see his progress. We got the we call that weather stripping in. My door sweep, I need to replace that, but I can't figure out what is the right one to replace it with. So once I figure that part out, I'll replace that as well. But for right now, everything is good. We're going to leave the way it is. We're doing the outside of the door on another project because I'm going to be doing some stuff in the laundry room. We're going to do inside the door. So right now I'm just having Jackson to focus on the outside, and then we'll focus on the inside. So everything will look nice, fresh, and clean from the outside. And that's what I'm going for at the moment. Alrighty, you guys. So we have finished up all of the things for today's canning. I will be doing some additional canning, and I'll bring you guys along for that. But I'll turn my camera around and show you all what I was able to get done. Okay, here are all of my corn relishes. These have jalapenos, so I've got to mark these because sister does not like hot, so I'm going to mark those. This is what I'm calling liquid gold. It's that corn cob reduction. And so that is what I'm going to be using for soup stocks. I'm going to throw those in the freezer. I'll probably just pour some of that in here so that it'll have room to expand. And that'll just go in the freezer. And then I finished up 1, 2, 3, 5, 7 jars of the tomatoes. These are all sealed. Actually, no. Yeah. Oh. It doesn't feel. Nope. One fell here. But the rest of them are sealed. All of my 4 jars, I didn't have one failure, and they sealed immediately. This is a Walmart one. So I will have to put that one in the fridge as well. So those will go in the fridge, and I may even cook that. I'm not sure. I still have 5 jars to do, and we picked tomatoes yesterday. And so I picked a few more jars off the shelf. I'm going to try to get these in to do one last batch of this canning before I put in the other batch of corn relish. I'm going to get started on that. I'll put these other rings up because I don't need those right now. Oh, correction. I will not be canning the second batch. I'm going to put in the freezer because I don't have any more canning jars. I'm out of jars and I'm not going to go buy any more. Between my garden and jars, I could just go broke. And that's not on the plan today. So I will just put them in. My sister brings me these peanut jars. And they're okay for putting in the freezer because I have several in there right now. And I will just put those in the freezer. And I'll give most of them away. But anywho, there it is, you guys. Just another day of canning around the homestead. Join me again. I'm getting ready to do a grocery haul. I found this neat little tool that I'm going to be using in my garden, and I cannot wait. Okay. Yes. So anywho, there it is. It's almost 11 o'clock. I haven't eaten. I haven't had a cup of coffee. I just been up and doing stuff. But I'm getting ready to jump in and clean up my mess from yesterday, prepare some stuff for today, and then jump into another video. So anywho, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Like, share, subscribe, do all the things, and we'll see you next time.